September 11th. It's been 23 years, and the American people don't even know the truth. I guess this is for the American people. Those of you who kind of want to know why innocent people's lives are kind of gone. You know, I thought I was going to talk to my people in Egypt about it, but right now, I need to talk to you. Those of you who are voting, and those of you who are thinking that the president gives a fuck. I was a little kid in Texas, and because of September 11th, because of all those people who lost their lives, all the innocent people who lost their lives, I started this journey of rape, journey of prosecution, journey of being called a possible terrorist. It was a little Muslim girl in Texas. Everybody was scared, and all the Muslim people looked like terrorists, right? So this very moment. Well, right now I'm serving my home country. Right now I'm physically in Egypt, serving my home country, actually combating terrorism. I wanted to work in counterterrorism until I found that the politicians actually support it. Lots of politicians fucking support it, but the American people have no clue. You're still being fooled by the propaganda, by the votes, and by the noise, and by those 40-hour jobs, and the paycheck to paycheck, and birth control pills. Oh my God, and what else? And by the antidepressants, and by not understanding the language of others. And guess what? Yeah, we failed. We failed you. The Muslim world actually failed you. The Muslim world did fail you because she didn't explain nothing. The Muslim world did not have a voice. Didn't even speak properly about Islam. And guess what? The Muslim world has been manipulated as well. That's so sad. You know, my home country, Egypt, actually paid a lot because of September 11th. Lots of my Egyptian people were killed, were murdered because of those sponsors, because of those proxy wars. Lots of my guy friends, lots of my, I don't know how to even explain how much we paid a ticket that was created by a lot of politicians that we cheer for right now. So, one day, the American people will know because they're very innocent. I lived with the most pure, innocent, and true, truthful people. You know, because of my religion, because of my deen, because of my Islam, I owe you guys something. I owe the American people something. I owe humanity something. It's my duty, actually. In the holy book, in that book that everybody thought was the book of terrorists, God is telling us that we have to protect all innocent souls. You know what I mean? Literally all innocent souls. من أحياها كأنما أحيا الناس جميعا. He didn't want me to just protect my Egyptian people or American people or people on the borders or blacks or whites. No, you have to protect all innocent souls. It's just really fucking shameful that a lot of people don't know until now who sponsored all this shit. It's really so shameful that, you know, you kind of don't want to know. You don't want to know, but who cares? People here don't even know either. You know, the conflicts that have been happening deliberately made everybody hate everything and everyone. America now is hated. Yeah, she's hated. The American people have no fucking clue. The most ignorant people on the planet, they don't even know how much people hate America because of all the shit. You know, in the intelligence community. Hi, if you work in the intelligence community in the US, whatever it is, NSA, CIA, hi boys. Remember me? Yeah, well, Egypt calls, so. And you know what happens when Egypt calls. Have you tried messing with them? Yeah, they can be brutal. So, yeah, here I am in Egypt watching the so-called election debate, and I'm actually sad that some of my Egyptian people are waiting for the fucking elections. It's really heartbreaking that they think that the fate of the world is in either Trump or Harris. You know, we lost touch of God. Even the American people lost touch of God. How many times have you been to church? Really? I mean, do you have a faith now? You think there's a God? I mean, the dollar kind of manipulated all of us, right? The dollar became the God. I understand, because you have to pay the bill. This check that comes every two fucking weeks. Remember that stimulus check because of COVID? I wonder what's happening with you right now, finding out the truth about COVID. One day, I was 16 years old in Florida on vacation. I met a nun who was a little tipsy because of the funeral. She digged somewhere deep inside here and told me one day you're going to be the bridge between the East and the West. Which is actually super tiring because some of my people still think I'm a spy, which is sad, right? You know, spying in the Quran, in my book, in my faith, is actually prohibited. All those spies out there. Hi, yeah, it's prohibited. There are many noble ways of gathering intelligence. But yeah, I've been accused of being a spy for like I don't know how long in my home country. So it's been an interesting journey, you know, because of wearing the scarf in the U.S. 3 times. Even though right now I do not even find sources and a source, a word, a phrase in the Quran of saying that I have to cover my hair. You know, all those preachers manipulated us. The masterminds of manipulation, those who sponsor manipulation, manipulated a lot of us. So I saw the raw truth. But when people used to look at me with the scarf on my head after September 11th, you know, they were scared of me. And those who served in the army at that time, they wanted to rape me. That's why I started working out. Yeah, I didn't want to look good and hot and sexy and get all the boys, right? No, I wanted to protect myself. So I had to do the call of duty that God asked. Read. I had to read and investigate. I stepped out of Islam for like a month to read and investigate here and there. And so here I am in Arabic every single day, making lives and more that you don't need to know about. Daily, to try to save lives. You know, you haven't heard the stories of my Egyptian soldiers who lost their lives on our borders because of those proxy wars. You heard stories of American soldiers who lost their lives in, I don't know, Iraq, Afghanistan, being lied to, that they need to save something out there. You heard those stories and that hurts, because, you know, what a soldier doesn't really know. He's not intelligence. He's just obeying orders. With all due respect to all the soldiers in the world, some soldiers just, you know, obey orders. So they're gonna give him orders, hey, let's go save the world, right? There are weapons of mass destructions over there. Let's ship those boys over there, boots on ground. Let's get the bad guys out. And guess what? Oh, hey, we couldn't find the weapons of mass destruction. So what are we doing here? No, we're just dividing to conquer. We're using you soldiers. Yeah, they were using a lot of American soldiers. So if you're married to an American soldier, just make sure you read. Because my classmate in Texas, the University of Texas, had a horrible experience with her husband when he came back from war. He had PTSDs and more. He used to wake up choking her because of all the things he saw. I guess he was innocent and he didn't know that his politicians played him. Yeah, and I know. When I mess with American politicians, they always like get mad at me. They got mad at me when I talked about COVID, remember? Oh, you don't remember because I talked about it in Arabic and the NSA had to take my video down. Yeah, it was too strong. I was saying the truth. It went global. Trump said that he went global because his name was there. He was just talking about the reset of the economy. And then I had threats. It's actually really sad and interesting that I had threats by Jordanian American Marine guy who told me that they will probably clean you, girlfriend. They will probably kill you if you don't stop talking. Yeah, it was so interesting. I'm like, whoa, you're Jordanian American Marines. Interesting. And I'm just a Muslim Egyptian American girl just saying the truth anywhere in the world. I mean, those death threats, whew. It's like, what else you guys want to do to me? Rape? Okay, check. You know, we're gonna get her to be homeless, check. We're gonna accuse her of shit, check. My home country for a while just thought I was a spy, check. And like daily threats of, you know, getting a check. What else? This is so interesting. Yeah, but I do love the American people. I really love the American people. Those who work for the firefighting department. You guys are amazing. You guys get ready in 28 fucking seconds to save lives. You don't give a fuck who you're saving. You're just saving a human life. I love that about you. You're actually being Muslim at that point. You're practicing Islam at that moment. Yeah? When you risk your life to just go save others, yeah, that's called Islam. You know, it took me so long to study with the word jihad. Actually took me years and years secretly studying it. Secretly studying all the terminologies that have been used in this terrorism shit. And I don't know if your memory is good enough to remember what happened a year ago. Lots of innocent lives a couple miles away from me were killed. Just like that. That Congress. Then interesting. It's really interesting how politics fucks everything up. So I'm sure there are people out there who are still hurt because of what happened on September 11th. It changed the world. In my analysis or my books or whatever I preach or teach, I think this is where World War III started and all the proxy wars. You know, the American people haven't seen a combat on their homeland, like on the American soil. We haven't seen anything besides September 11th, right? You know, our life, literally, we haven't seen anything. We just read that there's the Independence Day bullshit. We don't know the truth. Combats take place somewhere else. They actually take place somewhere like my home country right now. At this very moment, some of the American politicians are sponsoring a little something in my home country, in Egypt. So I'm like between both. I'm like, wow, okay, come on. This American politician is trying to get rid of, I don't know, some people right there to move them right here, and everything is collateral damage, I guess. And, you know, we're gonna just wait for whatever the next fucking battle. But the American people don't know. American people do not know. You owe yourselves actually a little bit of reading and digging. And unfortunately, the Muslim world did not speak to you. They didn't care about a PR relationship with you guys. Their PR was like, hey, guess what? We're not terrorists anymore. We drink and we fuck and we're good. So come invest with us. Give us weapons so we can kill each other here. That's really fucking interesting. Yeah. Yeah, shame on them, right? I mean, they have a lot of money down there. This fight between Sunni Shia bullshit. And those sneaky politicians know about it. And some entrepreneurs know about it. Some masterminds know about it. But the average Joe doesn't know shit. And probably doesn't care. Which is really interesting. Because comes back, comes around. You've been enslaved in a system. I'm not sure if you even noticed as an American. If you've noticed that you've been enslaved in a system so that you can literally just afford to pay your bills, right? You know, it's sad because people in my home country think that you're rich. They think that you have money and you have a good life. They have no clue that you just rent an apartment, work your ass off, get drunk at the weekend, and YOLO. And it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be that way. So we wouldn't connect and talk to each other. And that hate, yeah, by the way, yeah, this, oh, yeah, I forgot. Jews, hi. Jewish American. Oh my God, hi guys. Hello. Hey, hey, hey. I forgot about that. For a second, I forgot about that. This anti-Semitism, come on now. You even know what Semitism means? Do you really know what Semitism means? Come on, when you guys have been bullshitting, like, come on. You should know better, right? You're the people of the book. Why are you quiet about it? Some American Jews know, and they're like, we're not playing that game. It's really interesting. It was actually very interesting when a year ago I was watching one of those undercover CIA agents on TikTok, talking to the Palestinian people, Palestinian Americans, about this, oh my God, the massacres and all this. You know, he's being really Palestinian for a moment. Yeah. You get paid to be a fake Palestinian? Yeah. I mean, come on. Money's, we're gonna need the money. And, and it was super interesting. I swear to God. He's still on TikTok. Like, if you get on TikTok, you'll find him. Very, very handsome young man. Not very smart at what he does because I found out what he does. So, no. But yeah, he showed the Palestinian Americans something. And maybe it's not true or maybe it's not. He showed them that some Jewish people or some people from the Mossad were actually dancing that day. They were celebrating September 11th. Why would he do that? You know what I mean? Why would he do that? It's like, hey, keep hating each other, right? It's like they feel the hate. Like, let's keep fucking hating each other. Let's keep dividing to conquer, man. I'm just gonna divide to conquer. This is the good cop and this is the bad cop, and we're gonna just play the game because it pays. Yeah, man, this intelligence community is super interesting. I wonder, how did you think I was ever gonna do well in the intelligence community there? I mean, you knew that I was probably gonna get killed by one of you, the intelligence community, when I tell you the fucking truth in your face. You think I was being fooled and manipulated as well? If I get you intelligence that we prove that some of the politicians sponsored it, what would you do? You're gonna keep your mouth shut, right? Yeah, because the intelligence world isn't really friendly. Are you gonna pretend to be dumb? I watched this, actually, speaking of which, I watched this ex-CIA officer who said something that, you know, was kind of painful. It was like, well, if we're gonna save American lives, but hurt others, I'm gonna choose the American lives. Look at that, he's not even white. Like, he's like a white supremacist and he's not even fucking white. This is amazing. They brainwashed him. CIA, you've been doing a lot of fucking brainwashing, man. I mean, the guy is not even white. I mean, how do you think like that? How is that even possible? Why don't we just save lives in general? American or not, black or not, white or not, Jewish or not, innocent life, save it, period, done. How do you say that? I mean, how do you recruit people that way? Normal people won't be recruited that way. I mean, no life is more important than the other life. Besides, of course, our chosen people here, they think they're the chosen people, so every other life doesn't fucking matter. Well, if you are truly the chosen people, kind of like how the Khalifa thinks of himself, if you're really the chosen people, save the fucking lives, man. Save lives. Now we need to just kill a few, carpet bomb a few, destroy a few, play all those proxies before we... That's really interesting. I mean, have you ever wondered the destiny of America if newborn Muslims like me, right? Girls like me learn the truth. And one thing I love about America, yeah, I'm fearless. I mean, the Constitution kind of gave me that power. Like, damn, so I can speak the truth? Yeah, but you might get killed. Bring it on. It's kind of sexy to feel like I'm a threat. I mean, this investigation, remember that investigation you guys did, or interview you did? I don't know what the fuck that was. On July 3rd, 2020. Remember that officer who told me you're on the borders, girlfriend? Nobody knows that you're in the States right now, so you better give us your phone. That was illegal, bitch. That was illegal. You shouldn't have taken my phones. Yeah, but that was called extortion. I didn't do shit about it. I was like, you want to see my phone? You want to see who I really work for? Because they thought I worked for, like, I don't know, Russian intelligence or something. They saw my phone and found nothing. That I was just a public figure in Egypt, holding the holy book, the Quran, the only book that is true, because every other book is manipulated. I had to study it just to know that it's truth. Do your job and study it. Saying that time of death is called by God, not by the weapons. I was concerned about the American people too during COVID because some people have committed suicide because of the media. The media was playing this really, really nice game of scaring people. Oh my god! And all the videos and all the bullshit talk about conspiracy theories and Masonic people, Freemasons, and all this deliberate brainwashing. And guess what? Now we're finding out that the vaccines actually hurt. Oh, really? Interesting. Nice. So, yeah, September 11th did shape my life. I was a little kid in Texas. I didn't even have the scarf on. So I had to skip school for a few weeks because I was scared that anybody would think, that I'm guilty by association, that the Muslims did it, and all Muslims are terrorists. The principal came though. He came to talk to my dad. He told him she doesn't have to be scared. She can come and be safe. I wasn't safe though. I was never really safe. Everywhere I went, there was an encounter. But I'm not a victim. I turned all the pain into knowledge, and I prayed that I would serve. But it was a battle for me. It took me 10 years to convince my home people, my home country, that, hey, I need to serve. They told me, well, you have the American citizenship, so we kind of don't really know if you're really faithful and loyal. So we need to kind of test you. So, man, it's been another journey for me. Seriously, the past 10 years. Once you get famous in Egypt and you have a citizenship, then you're going to be tested a lot. It kind of broke my heart for a while. But until now, yeah. But here I am still serving with dignity. I don't understand why I never talk to the American people. All my videos were for my people in Egypt. And the Quran is telling me that you have to talk to all walks of lives, everybody, all people. Why is it a priority to talk to your Egyptian people, right? He said, Nas al-Jami'a, Nas as in people, Jami'a, all people. It humbled us. It humbles me. It doesn't make me feel like I'm a chosen person or that I have a fucking legacy or that all this egoistic bullshit or that I'm superior or that I'm a Cleopatra queen and all this good stuff. It made me super humble. You know, one of my Egyptian friends who's in the army told me, "Oh, you have the power now. People found out that you have been saying the truth. It's very powerful." And maybe this is why some of the intelligence agencies not even sure which anymore. You know, work on my Facebook and Instagram and kind of keep this algorithm just like that. Just like that. I mean, come on, I used to be watched for millions of views, and now what, 15? This is a sneaky little intelligent community. So yeah, one day you might know the truth who was orchestrating the September 11th, right? Maybe you need to know the truth. But we paid for it. Lots of innocent people in the Middle East paid for it. Lots of innocent people in Africa paid for it. Everywhere in the world, actually. Lots of combats everywhere in the world. I don't know whose duty is to send a message between the East and the West. Because right now there is just this stinky little fucking war going on here. And there, and there, and there, and there. And elections, yeah. And elections. It's really interesting how they chose September 11th to get Adam and Eve, Trump and Kamala, to debate. And it's so interesting how everybody still believes that the American president has all the power of the world. They don't understand the boys behind the scenes working. I mean, can you just think about it? You come for 4 years and change the world? You think you really, have all that power? It's been a long ass damn journey. Oh yeah, and the Muslim Americans. Oh, the Muslim communities in America. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, you're in America. You could have talked to American people. You could have just stop hiding at the damn mosque, man, manipulating each other and showing off and flirting and watching porn. And Jesus Christ, who does that? You know? This separation. Let's separate the Jews. They're going to be in a neighborhood, and the Muslims in a neighborhood, the Italians in a neighborhood, the blacks in a neighborhood. Just keep them divided. Don't get them to communicate so much. And if we're going to communicate, we're going to just be stand-up comedians, or we're going to just throw, all those, stereotypes and call it a joke. And nobody really gives a fuck. Except those really pure people. The nurse, the doctor, the firefighter, the teacher. She doesn't even get paid enough. And the curriculum is messed up. I mean, who teaches kids? Boy kisses boy? Really? That's the law now? Aren't you concerned about your kids? All those single moms. All those girls who got raped and didn't even know what was happening because they were drugged. Man. All the gun violence. American people, haven't you even noticed why the gun violence? I mean, yeah, our freedom to carry arm or bear arm to protect ourselves. I mean, did you really use it to protect yourself since September 11th? Now, every now and then, we just see a gun violence somewhere, school mass shooting. Isn't that suspicious? I mean, maybe there's a business behind that. Have you not thought about it? You just carry a gun. I mean, like, hey, this is gonna protect me. All right. Whatever the media says, and all the, of course, the bullshit, the politicians, the bullshit, those mediocres, man. I mean, have you investigated some of them? They actually, I mean, they actually invest in weapons. So interesting. Like, are you saving the world or, killing the world? You know? Mm. You have to be really, really fucking brave. Really fucking brave to face all that once you know the truth. I personally don't have hate. I don't even know how it feels. I don't care. I was just studying evil and I would just fight it. American people have been ignorant deliberately. Even those who went to Ivy League colleges, schools. Seriously, yeah, I graduated from a whatever Ivy League. Okay. But I didn't have time to read around and investigate because it's an Ivy League, so I needed to be very professional in whatever biochemistry shit. Just read a little more. No time. The system doesn't give you time. The system would not give you time to read and investigate. It's a long journey and I'm still alive. My home country is going through some kind of war. I mean, she's been going through war, man. I mean, those bad boys out there, they tried to manipulate her. They tried to control the economy here. They tried to brainwash people through those, foreign policy shit and all this bullshit about human rights. Go fuck yourselves. Come on, are you serious? Human rights, my fucking ass. Look at the domestic violence, man. Come on. I mean, haven't the American people just wondered for a fucking moment, like, why is America middling in every country's fucking ass? Why is she in their business? Money spent on weapons? I mean, I know you have the freedom of speech, and some of you just get out there in front of the cameras to tell them, hey, we don't support the weapons that are going to Ukraine or Israel, and you put blood on your hand, you go to Congress, and you tell them, oh, shame on you, Blinken, whatever. And you just go about your day. And you protested, yeah, some of you protested. And some of the protests had those who deliberately messed it up. Those intelligence people, oh, bad boys. Bad boys. Bad boys who just manipulate all the mainstream shit. And then, what? Come on, doesn't it contradict itself when Trump keeps saying that it's always fake news, media is fake news, fake news, fake news, yet he uses it in his campaign. I mean, if it's fake, how is it? I mean, common sense, people, common sense. A twerk. Twerk for campaigns. Seriously? Mama Kamala is starting her career as the president-elect with twerks? Really? In the family, do you even have a family anymore? You just see them on Christmas? Yeah, for Thanksgiving. That's if we even get a chance. I haven't seen mine in 2 years. And lots of things happen. Your kids learning bullshit in school? All the fake food that looks really good, but has some chemicals and all this shit. I mean, come on. The lies are like literally out there. And the most interesting lie is that, hey, go vote. Do you think our voices will fucking count? No, it's just an illusion. We have the freedom of speech and freedom to vote and freedom to make that change. So we're going to pay a lot of money, our tax money. We're going to work a lot. You know, in Islam, actually, we're not supposed to pay that much of taxes. We're not supposed to do that. You know, this 401k that you're waiting for, come on. Have you even, has anybody gotten the 401k? Has anybody really genuinely owned a home? The mortgage, the interest rates, nothing rings a damn bell? All the sleep aids that we need before we sleep? I mean, the intelligence community is telling you to literally get off our hair. Just go watch porn, sleep, go about your day because we are taking care of you. Yet the same intelligence agent, whatever officer said, well, America is not going to be the same. So 7 years from now, I'm going to just try to go to the Middle East and start a family there or move my family there. What the fuck what is it? I mean, contradicting shit. It's like common sense is like right there. Logic is like fucking right there, like in your face, logic. In your damn face, like right there, look. I mean, what are you serving your country or about to run away from the country or what is it? What's what? But I'm sorry, you've been manipulated. And you think we live in a third world country that has dictators, right? Oh man, look at them in the Middle East. They have dictators, they hate each other, they can get along. They have the same damn fucking language. They all speak Arabic and they all have the same damn face, but they just can't get along. And they took those girls and said Allahu Akbar and then they just, I guess, raped them or whatnot. I mean, this Middle East is a mass drama, huh? Drama queen, that Middle East. Yeah, I know. But Israel has the right to defend itself, of course. Absolutely. Can't you just pay more taxes because Israel needs to defend itself. You know, it's a promised land, so, you know, chosen people, so apparently the Israeli life is more important than the American life, or I don't know, what's more important than what? I love how Kamala Bell said it, so if anyone of you is harmed, then harm goes to all of us. I love how she took that quote. It's like she heard me speak. If any one of you gets hurt, that means all of us are hurt. I love the bullshit. I love the fucking bullshit, man. It's just been an amazing journey of bullshit. In memory of September 11th, yeah, those who lost innocent people's loved ones' lives. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I'm genuinely sorry for that, and I'm genuinely sorry that you think that the Muslims did it. Whether physically a few Muslim people did it, they're not even aware that that was not Islam. Islam doesn't say that at all. You know, one thing I'm trying to teach my home people, my Egyptian people, about the real Islam. I'm trying to teach them the real journey and the real story of King Solomon. Yep, King Solomon. And the Queen of Libya, modern day Libya. Of how Islam was spread through a little hudhud, a little birdie. A little birdie saw something and King Solomon had all the power in the world. He thought he had all the power in the world, but God wanted to teach him a lesson and tell him, guess what? There's a little bird that's going to fly all the way to Libya from Jerusalem, and she's going to see the queen that doesn't really know the direction of God, and you're going to behave like the Muslim king I created you to be. Yes, King Solomon was Muslim. Yeah, listen, I mean, I know they've manipulated all the Bibles. I understand it's a long, 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 long talk, but we will talk about it later. And so he sent her a letter. He invited her to come over and see his kingdom. That was it. A letter. Literally, a letter. Come visit us. And because she was a really smart queen, kind of like me, she tested him. She tested the king. She tested if he's true about his message, that he wanted to show her the power of God. She tried to bribe him. She wanted to see if he's going to be wanting the dollars or the gifts, or if he's truthful about his message. So he got offended and he told her, what are you doing? You're bribing me? Really? You have no clue what God gave me? Come over. I'm going to show you what God gave me and what God has for you. So he built her this really fancy bridge or fancy something. I can't even understand the real word yet. And he got her a little throne, and she came and found it and found all the evidence of power. He explained that that was the power of God. That's it. He didn't send people to throw a bomb, kidnap people, do this. I remember the old school suicide missions. Those what were they called? Suicide bombers. Yeah, he didn't do none of that. Prophet Muhammad actually did the same thing. That's the sad thing that we don't know. The American people don't know. They get scared. But throughout my 25 years in America, especially when I took off the whatever hair cover, lots of my American friends were asking me about my identity and about my faith and why I do what I do. And they learned that they have been brainwashed and manipulated. And they made better decisions. They actually told me, I'm sorry that we called you terrorists. We called the Muslim world terrorists. Hey, you don't be, because some Muslims behave that way. Some Jews behave that way, some Christians behave that way. I mean, it's about your behavior. Generalizing it was really the sad part. They meant to keep us distant so we wouldn't communicate and love each other as human beings. You know, they meant to discriminate between white skin and black skin for a good while. And then if it doesn't work out, we're going to just use it for marketing. They meant it. It's all deliberate. But God said in the Quran that He loves all people from all walks of lives. And He will protect the American, the Egyptian, the innocent Jew, the innocent Christian. He will protect us all. It's in the book. I'm just drained of all the wars. Especially that I'm like watching it here. And it's affecting my people too. It's been affecting my people. It's kind of unfair for my people to go through all this shit. All the Egyptian people have been through so much because of that sneaky little media and the proxy wars and trying to be the superpower that controls it all. We stopped seeing the human and just seeing what we can get. Survival of the fucking fittest. Bullshit. Come on. We teach that in colleges and Ivy League schools. Survival of the fittest, really? You think you have A due date for the human? That's so sad. But yeah, it is a memory of September 11th. I need to go and remember all those moments that made me the woman I am today. They told me in the airport that you're very powerful in your country. I'm like, you have no fucking clue. It's not always that sweet. Yeah. So, let's just continue. I do work for counterterrorism. So, I found out a lot of truth. And maybe one day I'll be speaking to the American people about it. I don't know, whatever God wants. I asked God to be my guide and direct me. And I told that to my government, actually. I tell that to my president in his face. I tell him I work for God. I have a duty as a Muslim woman. I'm going to be working for God. If I see something that I don't like or something that doesn't serve God, then I'm going to say it to you. Maybe privately. Not because in Egypt we have to kind of like keep it low key, you know. Egyptian men don't like, you need to give me my prestige. Tell me about it secretly. Don't go public, okay? Okay, I'm not going public, sir. I'm not going public about it. I'm just gonna probably tell you somehow, subliminally, but you'll know. Yes, I do have a lot of freedom in Egypt. Not because I'm an American citizen, because I proved to my people my loyalty. And I worked hard for it. I earned the respect. There is a space for us here to have freedom. We are actually very free in Egypt. The sad part is you have no clue how Egyptian people are actually free. They speak their minds, they bullshit all around. That I don't know why you still think that we have dictatorships and all those words, dictators and liberals and democracy and oh my God. One more thing before I leave. The book, the Quran said that God chooses who to be the king or queen. You know, it's God's choice, not the elections. And if you work in intelligence, you'll find out that the elections have been manipulated over and over and over. Which kind of intelligence may? Oh no, that's another story for another day. Yeah. We'll talk later, guys. And God bless all the innocent souls, literally. All the innocent souls everywhere.